Yes, please.
It is true what the NASS said, that most of the countries in Sahel, they are under military. But the question we should ask ourselves is that, is it not because the government cannot provide for the people? People are frustrated, people are tired, and they are looking for alternative. Our government should not fear other than to fix our economy, fix our education, fix our technology, fix our progress. If they have done that, there will be no fear of either military or no military. They will be able to make sure that they have the confidence of the masses, and there will be no call for a change of regime. So having said that, the issue of insecurity in Nigeria, or the National Assembly call, there are laws. I remember vividly. There's what we call Terrorism, Prevention and Prohibition Act of 2011. It was reviewed in 2013 and reviewed again in 2022. Those laws, if they are implemented, it will solve our problem of terrorism. It's not law that is our problem, it's implementation. Mention those who those financiers, mention this, all of them are covered by this act. 2022 act, the review. And the act was started in 2011. It was reviewed in 2013 and reviewed again in 2022. Let them implement. Not any special court. The laws are there. Implement it. And there will be no terrorism in Nigeria again. So that's my take.
Right.
So we pray. We pray for the Minister of Defense. But to me, he's my man. I admire him. If you check my Facebook page, you will see what I talk about him. Even when he was relieved of his position as a defense staff. Yeah. But what we are saying now is that the task, the office is assuming now, is different from Chief of Defense Staff.
Right.
This is minister. And the ministerial appointment is political. There's no doubt about that. He has to use his experience in the military, and if possible, let him look for a political advisor. It may not be a big name, who will be telling him that this is the political terrain of Nigeria. I don't know the course he studied while he was in the academy. But the politics of Nigeria, somebody expert in government, Nigerian government and politics, he needs him or her close, who will be telling him that this is the terrain, political terrain of Nigeria, so that he can be able to marshal all those experiences of Nigerian government and politics with his experience as a military man. He has a good military background, 30-something years in the service. But you should know that Minister of Defense or Minister of Defense is not the same as Chief of Defense Staff. He has half uniform now. He's in civilian mufti. And then he has to marry the two, political as well as military background. That's the only way he can succeed. It's an Herculean task. Let's forget about all other things. It's Herculean, and he should know it.
So, Prof, let me ask this, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you think that there is any potential risks and challenges associated with publicly naming terrorism financiers?
I'm telling you, there's not any publicly naming. Are you getting it?
All right.
Government has information. Take them to the court, prosecute them under what we call the act, the Prohibition, Prevention and Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. There's 2022 version. Prosecute them under that act. That's all.
Even if they're within the government?
Even from anywhere. When a government officer, a minister forged certificate, did he not resign? He left the position.
He just resigned, and after that, nothing else. And that's the problem. And Nigerians are saying that the prosecution process is where the problem is, because transparency and accountability doesn't count.
The problem is that we have thousands of human rights activists in Nigeria. Can't one of them sue the man to court? Everybody's waiting for government to act. What is the essence of human rights activists? Is it to be organizing seminar alone? Let them proceed. Let them take the case to court. We Nigerians are ready to listen and see how it will end. That's the essence of human rights fighters. Fight for our rights. That this man has cheated us for 2 years, collecting salary as a minister with a forged certificate. So let human rights activists take off from there.
All right. Anyways, Prof, Thank you, far too kind, for your adding your voice in the discourse this morning, though. We appreciate your thoughts.
Thank you very much.
Yes, please. And yes, you already heard the voice of the Prof himself, Professor Kamal Bello, who has shared his thoughts. It says, look, the laws are there. All right, let us not be bamboozled into believing that there should be some special law or special courts and all of that. It says all of that is just more like painting the book and giving it a color that we choose to paint it. But then the big question will be, can we ever implement the laws that are already in existence and ensure that these laws will find fruition regardless of who it is found wanting in one way or the other? Can we ever do that? And then I think this becomes a vital discourse because it will be inimical. It will be an opposite. It will be such an oxymoron to have such a minister of defense in his caliber doing all he can to ensure that these terrorists are brought behind bars or given the punitive measure, and then we don't have a judiciary. Because as it stands, do we really have a judiciary? Yes, we do have competent personality within the judiciary, but are those competent personality, are they the ones at the top? Are they really calling the shots? And the ones that are really competent and are the top, do they have their hands tied or not by one affiliation or the other? And that's why there's always been this talk about having an independent judiciary. It has to be independent and not by the book. We have to indeed put out whether measures, or we have to go on a policy, or just make it clear that these ones are distinct. And they should not be, so to speak, dependent on the executive for everything, even salaries. Because this war will be futile if and when we succeed in rounding up this terrorists, the financiers, and then we have a judiciary that goes on, prolonged cases, 10 years, 5 years, 15 years, the person is dead, and then we drop the case, and then maybe after 20 years, we're given an honorarium. We appreciate these same persons and honor them. Because that's what we see now. And is that not really sad? And that's why it behoves on us to speak truth to power every time that we have the opportunity to, so that our generations to come would not hold us responsible. At least, just as my dear friend and brother Moses, Chimeze and the rest said, at least it will be in the books that we spoke, that there was a time. I'm rooting for justice. I'm rooting for the end to insecurity. I'm rooting for, Mr. President. I mean, the recent political will is visible across the globe. But then NSA, head of NSA, Nur Ribadu, we want to see more prosecutions and convictions, not 775. Because the deaths of Nigerians on a daily basis has gone beyond 775. It's reading thousands, if not close to millions now. That should be your task. But anyways, thank you for being a part of this one, though. I mean, we will not stop talking about this until actions are met with words. We will not stop. Good morning.
102.3 Abuja.
This is Eagles 102.3 News, your number one radio experience you can count on.